Hey guys, welcome back to this channel where we talk about everything about music, mindset and mental health. My name is Venus and I'm a first year student music therapist in Sydney. Today I want to show you everything that I do to keep my emotions in check, especially in times of social unrest, chaos and pandemic. Mental health has always been a huge topic, but 2020 definitely brought us more awareness to taking care of our physical and mental wellness. Before we go through the activities that promote self-care or self-compassion, whatever you want to call it, there is one thing that we all should cultivate: self-awareness. I think it's quite pointless to watch all those YouTube videos, read all those self-help books, or join whatever causes about self-development if you're not being self-aware first. We should all confront and interrogate our thoughts and admit the emotions that we're feeling, and tell ourselves that it's okay. And that's just the first step. If there's one thing that 2020 taught us, it's the fact that change is the only constant. We can't control the weather, we can't control the companies shutting down, we can't control the borders being closed, and we definitely can't control the virus. So what do we have control over? It's just our thoughts and our emotions. And it's okay to experience loneliness, worries, and that kind of unsettling feeling. 2019 has been tough for me. I was in Hong Kong and I have never been exposed to that kind of physical and mental health threats. Following a series of chaotic events that put us all in the war zone, I threw self-care out of the window completely. I did not stop to take care of myself. It was like I had a button and I decided to switch it off. No wonder I felt so confused and broken when I experienced panic attacks. So yeah, that was me last year. I'm saying this because I want you to understand where I come from and why I share information and personal reflection about mental health. We should never ignore that. So the first step is self-awareness. From there, we want to regularly empty our emotions. What I mean is like a daily, weekly and quarterly reset or check-in about how we are feeling emotionally and physically. A good place to start is journaling. Forget all the pretty planners, bullet journals or that kind of stuff unless you really prefer those. Even jotting down notes on your phone is completely fine. There are two things to keep in mind when you journal: honesty and awareness. No one's gonna see that. If you can't even be honest with yourself, how are you gonna make a change? So, vent your feelings out. Write down whatever you're feeling, physically and mentally. Describe how your body feels. Are you trembling? Or is your heart rate getting faster? You might also want to write down what triggers that kind of reaction. Is that because you think of that incident or whatever triggers that you might have? I've been doing daily digital journaling since 2018. Over the past 2 years, I have identified certain patterns, loops, and triggers. It's quite an eye-opening experience, and I would totally encourage you to do that too. It's really a good way to understand yourself better, things you might not have noticed before. So what if you aren't that kind of writing person? Get creative in other ways. So I discovered this app called Cove back in 2018, but I didn't use it often. And here's a quick guide to how it works. So you want to open the app and you can see my different entries, and they're all different songs that I created. So you want to create a new one, and you first start off by describing how you feel right now. So I think I'm now feeling quite peaceful. Yeah. I think I'm fairly content as well, so we'll just pick those two. I think this one sounds pretty nice, but let's see, there are other different stuff. I think I like the first one more. Yep, so I'll pick that. So there are 3 layers that you can add on apart from the background that you just chose. And then you add the elements by just tapping on it. See, like that. This is the organ, I think. Yeah. Let's try this one. Yeah, they have all these kind of interesting sounds that might be able to help express your feelings. But it sounds quite abstract. Let's try the old pipes. I think that one is quite interesting, but I might just, yeah. Okay, so I'm happy with that. And then you click the next one is the melody. So the first layer will be like
faded a bit, and then you can add on like that. Chimes. I think one annoying thing is you can't use different sounds in one setting. So if I'm in melody, I can only use one synth, and I can't combine with other choices. I quite like the ambient wind. I might add more to that. Okay, and then we move on to the percussion. A little more electro. It's quite minimal. It's quite random and there are no rules, so you can do whatever you like. If you're angry, then you might just tap everywhere. I think I quite like this one. So you can always go back to the different layers and change that, but I think I'm happy with how it is right now. It's quite peaceful, kind of. And that is the last step. You want to give it a title? Might do peaceful, I don't know, recording, because I'm doing this recording right now. And you can add some thoughts if you're feeling you want to vent your feelings or write different emotions. But I think I'm fine now. You can even add image. And then I think here's one interesting question. Did making a song change how you feel as a new text? Maybe you change your feelings. Maybe you feel more calm, and maybe it can get worse. I don't know. Whatever suits you. I think I'm happy. And then you can save. And it's up here. And that's how you use this. So this is how you store your musical entries, and if you click on it, you can listen to it, and then you can even share it to the world if you feel like doing so. And this is a good thing because you don't need to say anything if you don't want to. I think it's just a nice way to express your emotions without really saying that out, because sometimes it's really hard to use words to describe how you're feeling. And I think music is really a good non-verbal way to express your emotions and explore your feelings. It's almost like a quick emotion capture. So give it a try if you like music. People often feel more calm after writing their own songs. The third activity is exercising. It doesn't matter if it's just a stroll in the park or more intense exercises like boxing. You want to focus on that activity and forget what's going on in your mind. After that, you will feel better. You might even find more solutions to whatever bugging you before. This works for me and I've made it a keystone habit. So now you have released some physical and emotional tension. What's next? Self-awareness leads to change. That means you're going to create a plan to be happier, healthier, more stoic, whatever it might be. Based on what you found out about yourself earlier, you need to change certain behaviors. The best way to implement new behavior is to identify the triggers and replace the old habits with new ones. For example, you might have identified that you feel sad, worried, or emotional after reading news or scrolling through other people's social media. That might be the trigger. So next time, before you pick up your phone, you might need to ask yourself, can I really bear the consequence? And then you replace the behavior of picking up the phone with picking up a book instead. That's going to change your life in the long term. And the last point is to seek for help. Go to a therapy if you think it's needed. It takes courage to confront your feelings and seek for help. I know how hard it can be. But often the only barrier that's stopping you from living the life you want is your own fear. So be courageous. So make it a daily practice to confront yourself or interrogate your thoughts. It's gonna help. So that's everything I do to keep my emotions in check. Obviously, it takes some kind of practice, and there are a lot of different self-care activities that you can do. For example, meditation, sound therapy, even just making yourself a cup of tea can help. But whatever it might be, just remind yourself that never ignore your physical and mental health. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and head to my website for more personal development tips. Thanks so much, and see you next time.